couple of things.
I didn't have.
You didn't have enough leg strength to make her move away from your leg, did you? Right? But as you're looking at other people riding, and you see them with these nice round necks, you really wanted a round neck, didn't you?
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, you can't win. Now, is it true you can't win with a round neck? Without a round neck? Is that true?
No.
No. So beginner to intro, beginner novice, even novice, if you just have a contact and you're super accurate, you can still win. Last dressage show, or last event that we were at with our little group of kids, way younger than you, 7 and 8 year olds, the three, now they'll never get these scores again, which is actually pure coincidence, because they were, there'd been some really good riders before them, and so because they happened to be better than the riders before them, because they just, that was the luck of the scheduling, they ended up with their scores in succession were 18, 17, and 16. Yeah. None of them are round. None of them. But they're in a nice contact, and the horses go forward, and they're really accurate, and they've got nice positions, right?
Yeah.
But now you're 13, you've got legs that are long enough, which you didn't have when you were 7, right? And you have a brain that's now old enough to really know about connection, huh? So now you got to start riding like an 8-year-old, and this is what I work with our 8-year-olds all the time on. What do they want to do?
Yeah.
They want to make the horse's neck round because their legs don't even go beyond the bottom of the saddle, right? That's why, at the lower levels, why you're not held accountable to having the horse round, because it's not physically possible, unless we cheat, which we don't do. We put the horse in draw reins all the time until they're just flexed. But even the good judges are going to kind of figure that out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because if a pony's going around, super round, and the kid's legs aren't below the bottom of the saddle, we know the horse has been, put in draw reins, or ridden in side reins, or German martingales, or something. So now you're ready to put the horse round. So now you're going to stop that fussing with the hand, and it's not going to be easy because you have a habit of doing it, don't you? But you're smart, right?
Yeah.
So you can overwhelm it with good basic skills. I'm here, and Sarah's here to help you do that. All right, fair enough?
Yep.
So when we're lecturing, you see you go in a circle to the left, and while you're going on that circle at the walk, get a nice quality contact, you were going to tell me in your last test what your strongest movements were, and what, don't look at that bit, you just walk forward, get a nice contact, and go. What were your strongest movements?
Probably, my strongest moves were probably the circles and the trot. They were very accurate.
Excellent. You're the second person to say that today, so congratulations. That is a real skill set. Not easy to do, is it?
Yeah.
Not at all. So accuracy of your circles were very good. Excellent. What else?
My hold was very good.
Okay, good. How was your canter trot transition?
What?
How was your canter trot transition?
My canter and trot, they were a little tense.
Tense,
My
okay.
into canter to trot to canter.
Yes.
But I ran into them a little bit.
Got it. So you're starting the process now of getting your horse more collected, and that's always a bit of a challenge. So we're going to spend some time working on that. Any other movements that were particularly weak?
It wasn't that bad on this test, but we always kind of have to run with our long rein.
Your free walk?
Our free walk, yeah.
Got it. Does the horse get tense or just doesn't want to stretch?
It's kind of both. It's
all the above?
Yeah.
Got it. All right, let me see, go to the rising trot. Make your circle super accurate. Keep your fingers quiet. So now progressively this is getting better and better. What is improving? Why is it getting better and better?
Because I'm not playing with my hands so much.
Yeah, okay, good answer. You have a big future ahead of you as a politician. Right? So, but what are you doing other than that? What are you doing? What are you working on that's making it better?
I'm keeping a steady contact.
Yeah, and one of your legs is working particularly harder.
Oh, my inside leg.
Good job. Your inside leg is really where your biggest influence has been coming from. When you first started out, the horse was pretty negative about that, wasn't it? Okay, let's change direction. So can you name a movement where you are asked to get even more inside leg control?
Leg yielding.
Very good. So leg yielding, my bet, is a very important tool for you. Okay, now, word of caution being 13. If you trot super close to me and your horse steps on my foot and breaks it to a million pieces, when I get out of the hospital, I will hunt you down. So I would stay away from me if I were you. I'm a dangerous sort of person, and I'm very vindictive. You know what vindictive means? Shoot, I'll have to ask somebody else next. I don't know either, but I think it means I pay back really easily. All right. So what do you notice about the difference between your right? There's a difference between your right side and your left side as far as which side she listens to. What's the difference?
She kind of falls out on the right side. She uses her shoulder to fall out more.
Yep. And but so yes, your outside rein and outside leg need to help you at that, but what does she not fall into?
The inside.
Okay, so going to the right, she's a lot easier to keep round and keep stretch, isn't she?
Yeah.
Because she listens to your inside leg. But you're right, the outside aids are equally important. There we go. Now I would always stay about a foot to the inside of wherever she wants to be. There, I like that. So just using your eyes like that and planning ahead made a big difference. Very nicely done. Let me see you sit and go to the cannon. And then back to the trot. All the way back to the trot. Okay, there we go. All right, and then go to the walk. So we've got to work on that left leg a little bit. Unfortunately, let's start by focusing a little bit more going this direction. So go on your wall at the walk, and on the wall, counter flex a little bit left, and now with your left leg back a little bit, leg yield the haunches to the right. Keep the shoulders on the wall with your right rein. Shoulders up, yeah, there you go. Walk all the way down the wall with that angle. I do like the way you're looking back. Just do it slowly and consistently when you do it. All the way down the wall. More angle. Good work. Use that right rein to keep your shoulders straighter. And then back to your correct bend for your short side. And pick up your trot. In the sitting trot, on the next long side, the same thing. Sit, good, counter flex, and leg yield, using that right rein. Oh, nice, hold that right shoulder. Good job, and straight. I like that. So it's not that it's not a difficult movement, but you handle it very well. She definitely was negotiating with you the entire time about whether she's going to do it or not, but she did it. Good. Now we're going to go back and revisit our canter again. We're going to do exactly the same thing. On that next long side, You're going to counterflex and leg yield her haunches to the right all the way down the wall in the canter. Tony's like, oh wow, that
added
really
up levels.
sucks. There, nice. Again. Good rider.
Yes, he tried, but
There we
he
go.
was under the
Nice.
fence eating.
It's all right. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Go back and just, yeah, you're right. Just trot and reestablish the lead. You ask for a tiny bit. Trot, make a circle. Nothing's wrong. Your pony's just thinking. Now slow your tempo down a little bit. Yeah, so slow your trot tempo down. Go rising trot and ask the horse to stretch on the correct diagonal. What we need to do is just get her to relax just for a second because we're asking a lot and her little brain just kind of went off the reservation for a second. Okay, now pick her back up again. That just kind of lets you reboot the computer. Okay, now quietly back to the canter again. She'll have no problem with the lead this time. Back to the wall, the same counterflexion leg yield, just not quite so much angle. Good, that's plenty, no more than that. Excellent. Now, on the next long side, we're going to do that again, and then when I ask you to, you're going to straighten by bringing the shoulders over to the right. Now straighten by bringing the shoulders right. Okay, now, yeah, the shoulders didn't really move though, okay?
Yeah.
You brought the neck to the inside, but the left rein did not bring the shoulders over. So you're going to end up a little bit off the wall. Okay, now slowly straighten without bending the neck to the right. Keep the neck flexed left. So we're going to keep our left flexion until I tell you otherwise. Counterflex, leg yield. Good. Now straighten. Uh-oh. All right, back to the trot. Ask her to stretch down again on the correct diagonal. There you go. On the correct diagonal. Now pick up the contact again. So it's very normal for ponies to do this because when you go to the counterflexion, she's making the assumption you want the other lead. So she thinks that you're asking her to do that. So we're not going to correct her for that. So we're going to try to straighten again using our left rein. Really good effort. There. Now slowly straighten. Okay, so we're a trainer problem, not a rider problem. Good. And trot. 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 Do it at the trot. Same thing, counterflex. Leg yield the haunches over. Now, look at me, bring the shoulders over here. There you go. Good job, good job. That's what I wanted to canter. You got it? That's right at the canter. That was excellent. Counterflex, yes, and straighten. You got it. A little further, little further. Good job. Now, collect that canter. Keep that canter and collect it. Collect it. Yeah, counter flex. Okay, trot, trot, and then walk. Walk and halt. My fault. She's a little faster than what you're able to do, right? So, basically have the idea. Now, what horses do.
Yeah.
So, how many beats are there in the canter?
There's 3.
And which is number 1?
It's the one with the
That's 3.
Oh.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3 is where the inside foreleg touches the ground. That's 3.
Okay.
So that's true. Where's 1?
Is it the one in the back?
It is one of the back legs, but it's not the one most people think it is.
It's
outside hind. Very good answer. So, when we're in the counter flexion leg yield, the horse's outside hind, just like it would in the trot, has to come more under his body.
Okay.
As human beings, when we, like if you watch, most people watch a horse on a lunge line, which hind leg do they tend to watch?
They usually watch the
They watch the inside hind, right? It's really pretty. It's kind of going underneath like this, and they're like, oh, look how pretty that inside leg is. And the outside hind is like, this is dead heat hanging on the side of the truck, you know?
Yeah.
So it's the outside hind leg that makes or breaks the game.
Okay.
So when we straighten a horse, the goal of the straightening is to get the weight more on the outside hind leg with it bending. So the horse is carrying more weight on its haunches, but really in the canter, unlike the trot, the haunches is really one hind leg. It's really the outside hind leg. The inside hind leg is kind of like, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Older or younger?
I have an older brother and a younger sister.
So, you have a parent nearby too, huh? So if I say something really bad, it's probably going to think I'm really bad at me.
Oh no, she's
Right? So, the outside hind leg is kind of like you, the hard working leg. And the inside hind leg is like a done younger sister.
okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So, it's a noisy, in the way, it's just kind of following along with the outside hind leg. So if you can control the outside hind leg, the inside hind leg just does what it's supposed to do. So the more you work on the inside hind leg, the doesn't work on the outside hind leg, the inside hind leg will, I promise you, follow along.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, she'll do what she just did before, and she'll try to go back to the counter canter to make you leave her alone.
Yeah.
Right? But we have, we'll just relax her and do it again. So when you straighten, you've got to keep her from overbending her neck. You've got to bring those shoulders all the way around. To your eye, she may still look slightly counterflexed.
Okay.
But I want her shoulders right in front of her haunches.
Okay.
Okay? So right now she's outsmarting us because when you're straightening, she's ending up in a haunches in. And she's still moving her butt that way, which will take the pressure off of her outside leg.
Okay.
So this is a super difficult movement. Right? I think from what I'm seeing, you're totally capable of doing it. It isn't going to explain it. It's
Yeah.
understand it. So you're trying to bring those shoulders over. You think of any other phase in riding where you're able to become organized, move the shoulders around the turn, might be effective?
In show jumping.
Super important in show jumping. When you pull on the inside rein, you always do is bend their neck, outside shoulder goes shooting over, they're not much, do you? You're going to get to the fence. You might end up super forward, but definitely on the forehand, you're not going to jump well, it's going to be crooked. So this is actually, it is a dressage technique, but it's designed as a show jumping exercise.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and do it again. See if we can get. Remember, your life depends on it. Good, and straighten. Bingo! Thank you. Now bring the nose to the right, without losing the left shoulder. Smart kid. And straighten.
Smart pony.
Yeah, smart pony. It's tough to be a pickpocket when everybody knows you're after their money. Straighten. There, a little right flexion. There you go. And collect. Thank you. There's your canter. Change rein. Change rein. Quad transition. Go the other way now. And left canter. Now this should be your easier direction theoretically.
Yeah.
So go to the canter. I always like to do the easier way second if I plan my day correctly. So make a little circle. I guess it's walk a little. Walk. You can have her drop an iron.
Okay.
That's what I do.
And drop the one she's leaning into.
Yeah. So if she leans over, she'll fall off.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
So if you trust them, you can do a little. We're going to stop here just for a second. We're discussing you leaning a little bit, all right?
Yeah.
But it comes from a couple of areas, right? So we're discussing techniques we can use to help you not do that. But this evolves when you're little and you're learning how to ride. You develop habits, right?
Mhm.
Some of them are really good.
Yeah.
Some of them not as good, right?
Yeah.
If you have a habit of keeping your heels down, is that a good habit?
It's good.
Really good habit. So, but you also have a little bit of a habit of leaning over and looking for your leads.
Yeah.
And you do it a little bit like a 7-year-old. You kind of really lean forward and look for your leads. You stay with your weight on one of your feet for a little bit, longer than you ought to, which is never. So I need you to own up to the idea that you keep your body level and look up.
Okay.
If you persist in the leaning over, putting your weight in one foot, it's going to really throw disaster into our flying changes later on.
Okay.
And you'd like to have nice flying changes, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. If you want to have nice flying changes, you are going to really concentrate on keeping yourself level. Right? So go ahead and go back to work, but you've got to stay level. Including now. Put those eyes up and think about your weight distribution on your legs. Now if she's stiff, do your leg yield work and get her off your inside leg. Did you just look down? Did you just look down?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, drop your left iron. Drop your left iron. Good. Okay, now go back to work, keeping your left iron dropped. You don't get that back for 6 years. Go. Counter flex and leg yielder hunches in. Straighten to the line of the haunches and collect the canter. Collect the canter further. Further. Right there. And trot transition, keeping your eyes up. Relax your elbows. Sitting trot's fine. Sit. Let her stretch. There. Not too much, just a little bit. Just quarter inch. Nice little, that was actually a nice little shoulder instep right there. And one last time to the canter again. Much better soft hands. And no leaning. Yay! It's not going to earn you your left stirrup back, but I'm really proud of you. Okay, and again, show me your collected canter. Nice. That came from your outside rein. Good job. All the way back to the trot. Very well done. And allow a half-inch downward with her neck. Right there. There's quiet. And walk. Well done. Wow. That actually, a downward transition actually had a really, there actually was lowering of the haunches, which was surprising. That was nice. And long range. So the reason why we had you drop your iron is that leaning business, right?
Yeah. Hannah!
So it's not a bad idea for you to do that on your own.
Okay.
We're trying not to have to make you do that in jumping.
Jump is much better without stirrups.
I love jumping without stirrups. It's my favorite thing.
And so,
I used to just jump horses without stirrups. But then I didn't find
but the problem is, and that's nothing, it's a bad idea. You should do that. It's a good thing. It has to be an end result, right? So we
Yeah.
have to really make sure we're not overweighting one stirrup.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody does that. probably what will happen is you'll get pretty good at hiding it, but you'll always have a tendency, because we all do, to put more weight on one foot than the other. So I'm always trying to get people to kind of lighten their feet and their irons a little bit, as if you had no stirrups, but don't lose the stirrups.
Okay.
So you're kind of letting your foot kind of scrape across the top of the iron a little bit, kind of feeling it. And then what you want to do is, especially when you're in your chew point, you can ask yourself the question, does one of my feet, is it able to move around on top of my stirrup tread more than the other? You're going to notice that one leg's kind of glued to the stirrup and you can't really move it very well, and the other one moves really easily. So that's actually, along with jumping without your stirrup, probably another really good step for you to learn how to balance yourself evenly on your feet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's a big deal. I mean, I was looking at, you know who made a big difference in his jumping and doing that was Buck Davidson. He tends to keep, just like some people we know, keeps all of his weight in his left foot. Okay? So, but between last year's Rolex and this year's Rolex, he made a dramatic change in his leg position. It used to be that his legs, one of his legs, the right leg, would swing really far back, and only his left leg would stay down where it was supposed to be. The right leg would swing up in the air. Now both of his legs stay down. So I know that somebody commented on it and he fixed it. It's important, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Good job. Keep going.
Thank you. Thank you so much.